Hello and welcome. My name's Emily Baker and welcome to February's month of Perceptionary Card reading. I do enjoy doing these, I have to say. For those of you who haven't seen my perception cards, this is what they look like. All very different, brightly coloured cards. So they're not tarot, they are not, can't say that they are tarot at all, or they're not soul cards. They are just very different. If you'd like to get your own pack, because you won't be able to find them through Amazon or Etsy or places like that, you can just go to my website and I'll put the description and the link into the description for you as well. Okay, so basically they're non-prescribed cards, and so therefore they can go any which way round. So each card has 4 different readings to it in effect, really. Right, so we're looking at February, and let's have a look to see what card gets pulled from February. Okay. Oh, now you see this used to be one of my favourite cards, this one here. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it around all different ways and see what we get. Now, what I have discovered is by doing this through videoing, I get to see different images to what I would get to see if I actually turned the card around and looked at it. So this way round, I'm actually seeing figures here. I'm seeing another figure here. So for me, this may be the way round. Okay. So basically what I'm looking at is to see which way around the card feels right for me, which feels the top, which feels the bottom. Look, that looks like Mr. Humpty Dumpty there. Or little Jack Corner. But do you see it? And if I turn the card around, I would find it hard to actually see that image coming back at me. I do turn the cards around just to check on the colour, because obviously what I get to see through the camera, the pixelation and things, and with my eyesight, slightly different hues and things like that. So colour is also just as important. Now to here, that's really interesting, because I can see a sleeping dragon. So there's an eye there, a nose. It could be even a dog, but it's this mane coming up here. And it just automatically, gosh, that almost feels right for this month as well, because for me, that feels like the Chinese dragon. And obviously, February is the start of the Chinese New Year. And this year, it is of the tiger. So it could either be this way round or this way round, and I kind of went, okay, this way round I get to see the 2 figures, so I'll be looking at this way round and this way round. Okay, all right. So let me just recap for you how I'm seeing the card, and also before I forget to see it, it looks like there's this whimsical person here lying down. If you have a look here, head up high. Pinkish hair, green clothing, green trousers, almost like a mermaid thing, and almost having that kind of a pregnant belly, which again is so apt for February, because February is not just about love, but it's for me it's about starting of spring and the starting of things. So that's embryo growing, and we can see it in plant lives. The snowdrops are out, the daffs are out, primroses are out. So, that spring awakening. I've seen birds nesting, caterpillars, big, fat, juicy green caterpillars I've seen as well. I have no idea where they've come from. But yes, and I can see that whimsical character there. And that takes me around to this way around looking. Look, there's another whimsical character here. There's this couple, and it almost looks like a person on their knees just holding the hands of someone standing here as well. So okay, so I'm getting to see all of this imagery here, and there's something here as well. Can't quite make it out. So again, if I hold it up close to you, you can still see those ideas, but when I hold it up much closer and I turn it around, that imagery almost disappears. So they're still there. Okay. Obviously, when I just turn the card around, I kind of go, where is it? That's a good start. Still see it says that way around. Right. Okay. So for me, we're going back to about the colours. So this here, this blue can be about emotions and communication. Okay. Green is about learning, and this bit definitely about learning and growth, and about, as it gets darker, it becomes wisdom. Okay. So this part here where we have the brown, this is about grounding. Right, so enhancing what you are learning and grounding it into a foundation. The pink here, people often look at this as being love. I do see it as love, but it's the intensity of this purple, because it can go into a really dark magenta pink colour. And when it does do that, I know then it's about a foundation of somebody's unconditional love. But yes, this is very strong. So here, and again, it's apt because we've got this and it's about love and it's about passion. Mixing in with this learning, there's a new learning for all of us, I feel, but almost more in a whimsical way, in a lighter way than what we have been having over the last few months, where it's been quite heavy. It's been kind of like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. It's, you know, it's just one thing after another after another. This is much more whimsical, but I feel as though there's a possibilities of new growth, of new beginnings as well. Now the blue here for me is very much more emotional based rather than communication based. Normally for me, when it's communication based, it's very much more darker blue. So this is why I'm turning it around this way. So obviously, again, we're going to see from this card a lot about communication. Communication is going to be almost overwhelming once again. We're going to be bombarded with stuff, but also we're going to be bombarded with our emotions are going to be a little bit unsteady. Just simply because when we look at that, it's not flat, it's not always smooth. So, you know, some people are going to be quite high and jubilant and enjoying the kind of the more warmer days that we are getting, but also we're going to get people who are maybe not feeling that exuberant and maybe not feeling as happy as that. So please just look out for each other. And here comes in those two figures, which beautifully ties them in, because I feel it's that supportiveness, and we're bringing in that love and that care and attention, especially with the holding of the hands. So it's again, support thy friends, support thy family, support your neighbours, support thy neighbours, support those in your community. Those, you know, we all have communities, and the communities don't have to be those who go to churches or community centres. It can be your friends, it can be your family, it can be the overlapping of the two. It can be those who you regularly meet in a shop, or those who attend to you in a shop, and you get to know them and you say hello. So that's also part of the community. You are part of their community, because you are supporting them. And it is about this support and, you know, looking after and caring for each other, but also looking at each other. And if you look at these two characters, they're looking at each other and looking upon each other, but holding each other as well. So February is still going to be a month where we're going to need to be gentle with each other and support each other and look after each other. Turning the card, keeping it here, okay. So we're going to have a look at this whimsical character here. Again, we've got some green up here. Yes, we have. That's definitely green up here, okay. So this spike of green coming into, with this, the green coming into the pink. So again, is it that we're going to be learning about a new form of love or a new way of loving? And maybe it's about loving ourselves more than anything else, because it's coming into us as well. Here is quite an interesting area when we're looking at the card, or at least when I'm looking at the card, because it's almost like there's a tunnel there and it's clear just there. And yet there's a figure here, and each time I look at this figure here, it keeps on changing, which is, you know, it almost looks like Poseidon with horns, or maybe not, or maybe he's holding something up, but it looks very mythical character, really, actually, when I'm looking at that. And again, I love this whimsical mermaid, pregnant mermaid, if you like. I love her, and her looking up as well, if you can see that there very clearly. Her looking up and kind of going, oh yes, I want to embrace all of this, but I want to embrace the grounding. And again, the grounding is just as important down here as well. So again, can I just recap? And I know this is a short card read, and you're probably kind of going, oh great, lovely. But you know, for me here, the Chinese New Year absolutely comes in, but it's about love. February is about the month of love, and this colour here is there. And especially with this more redder tinge to the pink, it's about a little bit, there's passion there as well. So I think we're kind of coming up into that season of where we're getting reacquainted and reforming in love with our months and our festival. I mean, I haven't seen so many festivals advertised, and Mind, Body, Spirit fairs advertised, and events being advertised left, right and centre, jubilees, fairs, get-togethers, all sorts of stuff happening for this year. It's a really busy year, and all you have to do is just look at events in Facebook and you're just kind of, oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. So I think this falling in love with just the course of celebrating and having that fun. And this is a very fun character here as well. But bear in mind there's grounding behind it as well. Coming back to looking at it this way, our emotions for people are going to be just that little bit rocky for some people, smooth for others, but we're going to be able to support each other and support each other in holding them up, perhaps looking at people in their face and saying, how are you today? And really sincerely meaning it. And can I just say one tip that was given to me, not by an aged lady or gentleman, but actually by a teenager who had lost somebody through suicide. And I feel it's really important that I do pass this on, and especially in February when we're talking about romance and love. When you say to somebody, I love you, don't leave it there, because it's not enough. Follow it through by saying, I love you because, and tell them what that because is. Tell them that you have noticed what it is that you love them for. I love you because of your laugh. I love you because you are there for me, whatever that may be. I love you because of you. Expand on that, why you love that somebody. And when you're sending that Valentine's card to somebody and you're telling them that I love you, say I love you because, and pass that on. I feel that is going to be just as important. And even if it's a case that you go into a shop, that you always go into a shop. I mean, I'm always going into my butcher's, bless them. And recently it's been like every week I've been going in. But, and you know, it may be a case I turn around and say, I really appreciate you being there. I really appreciate you opening your doors at 7:30 in the morning. Or, you know, they are open at 7:30 in the morning and they're starting trading that early in the morning. And I appreciate that because I'm walking my dog and, you know, I go into town that early and then I'm out again. I rarely come into town middays now. But I also appreciate those who've given me support as well. And it's telling them that I appreciate them. So this is where the support comes in, of telling your communities that you support them and that you're appreciative. You have gratitude for them being there, because we're going to still need this. Because this, even though I've talked about it being about emotions, the emotions carry communication as well. And that's still going to be rocky, and it's still going to be bombarding us. All of these emotions and communication is still going to be coming towards us. So again, it's being gentle towards each other in passing this information on. Be kind to one another this month. There's a lot going on. There's people with budding new ideas and this hope of new birth, of new awakenings as well coming through. And I can feel it. People are kind of going, oh, we're coming into spring, we're coming out of this winter months and things. So, you know, it's again being that appreciative, looking at that and nurturing it. Really it is about nurturing, but also learning to be with it and learning to see how we're going to cope with it, but embracing the fun of it and the whimsicalness of this month as well, yet having the grounding to be able to cope with it all. So that's my reading for February of 2022. I hope you've enjoyed that reading with my Perceptionary card, and I look forward to seeing you next month. And do look out for my other videos here on the YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Enjoy your month of February, and please, again, tell them why you love a person. Support those around you, and they too will support you. Look after yourselves, keep care, let your health be your wealth. Take care now. Bye-bye.